And whenever I do a feature, I like to pay respect to the work of others. So I should point out that Exercises in High Treason, among other things, is somewhat of an attack on the concept of translation, which I really don't like the idea of translation, because it really is treacherous, hence high treason. So I'll do this poem from Edna St. Vincent Millay, and it's the first fig from her collection, A Few Figs and Thistles, from 1920. She's one of my, there were a whole series of amazing female artists and poets from the early 20th century who really created modernism, along with a few men, but the women were, I think, the most radical and progressive of them all. And you all know this, I believe. My candle burns at both ends. It will not last the night. But ah, my foes and oh, my friends, it gives a lovely light. And so this is the translation into Esperanto, which I'm not fluent in. So, Mia candolo brulas ĉe ambaŭ finoj, ĝin daŭros la nokto, sed amajn malamikojn kaj miaj amikoj donas belan lumon. Yeah. Edna St. Vincent Millay. Yeah. So from Exercises in High Treason, I'll read this poem, which is quite old. It was so old it was written originally in Ugaritic, but I translated it into English. No. And it's called Unnatural Reflections on a Green Pepper. And usually I present this poem by juggling green peppers, but I'm choosing not to do so tonight. Unnatural Reflections on a Green Pepper. In humid jungles south of here, by native birth, you did appear, and first were plucked by Aztec hand, ancient race. My gem, my crispy capsule green, my passion for you, too obscene to ever verbalize this way. Ripe, pick, crunch, serraceous skin and puckering flesh, an outer shell, an inner mesh, a Gothic structure in a pod. Sacred heart. Refreshing as your piquant taste, though bitter are the seeds encased in your virescent uterus, cool and crisp. If Eden's fruit forbidden them had been a pepper, perfect gem, the primordial parents would have sinned by themselves. No need for any Satan snake, their faithfulness to God to shake, would have existed had you been verboten. O sinful fruit, you tempt me to, but I already lust for you. I, captive to a capsicum, must confess. Thank you. And this is from a piece that is composed of a number of press releases for immediate release. For immediate release, Monday, January 23rd, 2012, Museum Go Round. Lady Elaine Fairchild of Mr. Rogers' neighborhood comes out of the closet. Neighborhood of make-believe. Lady Elaine Fairchild, proprietor and tenant of the Museum Go Round for decades, admits to being a lesbian after many years of silence on the issue. Now age 89, Lady Fairchild, known for her appearance on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood on the public broadcasting system from 1968 to 2001, decided to speak publicly on this issue, saying, I want to prevent more gay teenagers from commenting on sewer side. Having been a bully my entire life, I feel I need to speak out. Lady Fairchild resides with her beloved Boomerang, Toomerang, Zoomerang, and like her dear Fred, the late Fred Rogers, the only man whose hand I ever let inside me, she remains a lifelong vegetarian. Thank you. So, I drove my friend and fellow librarian and writer, Gabriela Raduco, here tonight, and at a certain point she said, we're in no rush. We don't have to drive erratically. So, of course, I responded, I was actually being good because you're in the car. I'm a crazy driver. I'm of Italian heritage, so I see traffic regulations really as suggestions. And so I have this poem. I go through amber. Amber is the old word for the yellow light. I go through amber. Not as an ancient wasp or bee, found, cataloged, studied, and curated by Paul Nascimbene at the American Museum of Natural History, perhaps Glyptopus mirabilis. But in my car, in a rush, no time to pause, on my way to the Museum of Natural History to see Paul Nash, cataloging, studying, and curating ancient wasps and bees found stuck in amber by the Baltic Sea. Thank you. And now I'd like to invite Gabriela Raduco, whom I just mentioned, up to do this piece with me. I can introduce it as its Greek love song, I Will Always Love You, and it is a translation, even though I hate translations. It's a translation of the song "Θα σε αγαπώ για πάντα" from 1966, written by Yannis Yosifidis, with music composed by Apollonius Lyra. Greek love song, I will always love you. I will always love you. I will always love you. Even when you weigh 200 pounds and walk naked or only in a thong on the beaches of Santorini or Kalymnos, I will always love you. Even when your nose hairs grow thick like Boeotian forests and you grow wrinkled like the Samaria Gorge, I will cherish you forever.
I will always love you. I will always love you.
Even when your breath stinks like rotting octopus in the fish markets at Piraeus, and your mother curses our marriage bed, I will always love you. Even when your uncle tries to sodomize me at the feast of the Stavrovaptismos, and your brother throws a goat's carcass against our door, I will cherish you forever.
I will always love you. I will always love you.
Even when you fly into a rage when I look at another woman so that Father Devios has to exorcise you, I will always love you. Even when your sister tries to seduce me with a galacte burico and cephalograviera saganaki, I will cherish you forever.
I will always love you. I will always love you.
Even when you disappear for the weekend with Kostas, the drunken sponge diver, and I wander the whole city looking for you, I will always love you. Even when your fat breasts hang like enormous melons in the autumn sunset, I will cherish you forever.
I will always love you. I will always love you.
I will always love you. I will always love you. Yes, I will always love you. Cherish you forever. Thank you. Thank you. So that's really Yannis Yosifidis and my translation. And one last piece. This is from Birds Fall Silent in the Mechanical Sea, copies for sale. It's called, so we're going from the Mediterranean up to Scandinavia. And this is called Scandinavian Dilemma. What to do this morning? Make breakfast? Walk the dog? Get drunk? No, I'm already drunk. Have sex? Visit mother in the nursing home? Have an abortion? Text a friend? Commit suicide? Pack lunches for Karin and Gunnar? Finish reading the novel? Stare at the playground for 3 hours? File for divorce? Go skiing? Smile? Tell Halvar that I may love him. Strip the house of any sentimental remnants. Let the spider out of the house. Leave for Tjörn. Stay in bed all day. Fake a smile. Go to work. Do the laundry. Drive to the country. Pick cloudberries. Watch TV. Cut myself with glass. Buy a new dress. Telephone Ingrid. Listen to the radio. Become a lesbian. Go to the gym. Cry. Rearrange the cabinets. Remember having a feeling. Open the windows. Induce vomiting. Go to the market. Make coffee. Go to the movies. And thank you. It's clear that I've gone to quite a few Scandinavian movies. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.